Hey, this is Gerry Visca, the publisher of Defyeneurs, and welcome to the new issue, the Top 50 Health and Wellness Tips. And we are super excited about the power and the energy of this publication and the lineup of world-class experts that I'm truly inspired to shine a light on. And this is an exciting live interview that we include in each issue of Defyeneurs, and it's connected to each profile. So get ready, because we are live with Carolyn Martyn of London, Ontario in Canada, and I'm so excited about this interview. Welcome, Carolyn.
Thank you very much. I'm really excited to be here.
You know, Carolyn, you have a really amazing energy, and it's this light. You know, when I first met you and heard your words, I was inspired by just your way of being. So I want to share a quote with listeners that you've written here in your profile, and it goes like this: "There is a deep desire in me to encourage others to shine in their individual journey to healthier, happier living." I just love that. So, Carolyn, share with us, you know, it's a beautiful quote, isn't it?
Thank you.
Share with us, why have you chosen to serve others through health and wellness?
You know what, it's funny, I was thinking about this the other day. I think sometimes when people are serving others, it's because of experiences that they've been through. And it's no different with me. I've been through an awful lot of health and currently do a lot of health challenges. Having said that, as I go through them, I still consider myself very lucky because there's a lot of people out there with so much worse going on. So I sort of feel like it's almost a duty, if you have the opportunity to put good out there, to help other people, to share your journey, or to share your strengths with them, to help them get through. That's a really big driver behind me.
I love that. I love that you focus on sharing your strengths, you know, even though you've been through lots of your own personal health challenges, yet you've overcome them and you just use that energy to serve others. And I think that's absolutely extraordinary.
Yeah. Thank you.
There's a second quote here that I love, and it goes like this: "I believe in the power of collaboration, even the impact one person can make, as collectively we can move mountains by working together." And I love that. And, you know, you're also the founder of Bring It, and you're certainly bringing it. You know, you're bringing it to this issue of Defyeneurs, and I just love that. So, you know, share with us, how are you inspiring others through health and wellness? What are some of the tools and the programs that you're offering, and how are you bringing it?
You know what? Absolutely, and thank you. You're so kind. A few ways. Through my business, let's call it my one hat, Shine with Carolyn it's called. I offer workshops or one-on-one coaching with women, especially women, really, because I am a woman. I know sort of how I feel and what I've gone through, so I feel I can really relate with a lot of women and their struggles. So that's one way. I also offer events because I really, truly love to bring people together to help each other. So it's not about networking. I know there's networking that goes on, but I truly want to bring women together for conversation so they see they're not alone. They have struggles or challenges, and then they speak to the woman next to them who looks super successful, and they realize she has the same struggles too. So I'm really big in bringing women together for things like that. And then through Bring It, that came about, the initial one was a confidence conference for young girls, grades 6 through 8. And it has gone so well for 2 years that we're doing a second one, we're doing one for boys this October. That came about again from my struggles, my fears, whatever you want to call it. And I just wanted kids to know, you know, you get to a certain age and you get it. And if I can offer tools to help them get it while they're young, great. So we bring in people that have, whether they're educators or speakers, they have knowledge in certain areas like bullying or confidence or body image. That way I can promote the people that come and speak because I love win-wins. We get the community involved so that they're really behind this. I couldn't believe how much the community of London got behind these events. And we also have young women, and with the boys we'll have young men who come out who are youth leaders, who are really mentors for the day with these children, and they're integral. And, you know, we're finding that that's becoming a huge part of it, and they're benefiting so much from the day too. So I'm trying to sort of help wherever I can with inspiration and just sort of offering strength to people out there, whatever the age.
I love it. I love these tools that you're bringing to the community, and and I really love that you can relate to other women. You're really a servant leader, and you made a comment there, Carolyn. I love that about people are not alone. You don't want people to feel alone. Why?
Yeah.
Why is that? And I want to ask you why that's important to Defyeneurs, as exist to shine a light and this energy of no one feeling alone. Tell me a bit about that.
It's really not odd. It's interesting. Ever since I was a little girl, I hurt literally for people whether they're in pain or whether they're struggling, if they're an underdog. That's my personality. That's my makeup. And I remember going back to, so I grew up in England, and I a bit of humor here, but I remember there was an elderly gentleman who, to me, when I was about 10, he seemed 80 or 90, and he was walking up and down this path, and he looked like he was looking for something, and my heart went out to him. I offered if I could help. He looked at me in a funny way, and that was that. But what I found out afterwards was actually he was bent over. That's how he walked, and so he was just out having a walk. And that has always stuck with me as sort of my, not reason, but just one of the examples. I really feel for people if they're struggling. And it's taken me through a journey to where I am now, to where I feel I'm being really useful.
I love that. That's what makes you truly a difference maker, Carolyn. And I know that this touches you. I want to get into the difference you're making, and it's important to you that you feel like you've made a difference in the world. And I think you start every day with how can I make a difference to someone? So, share with us, what is the difference you wish to make in the world?
Oh, so many. I think especially with events that have gone on recently, the world needs to be more compassionate, more empathy. People need to think more kindly. I know we've got there's millions of people out there that are wonderful and inspiring and kind. I think my little bit is if I can touch one person, the usual cliche, if I can touch one person and make them happier or make them able to get through a challenge that they're going through, I've done what I set out to do. I'm hoping that I can help so many more people, but I really do. I just want to show people out there you can do it. A lot of times when I've wanted to do something, I've felt that I didn't have the capabilities behind me, and people would judge me. And then you get to a point where you finally put that aside, you put your ego aside, and you go, I'm just going to try it. And I think through this journey of Shine as well as Bring It, that's what I've done is I've gone, you know what, kick your ego to the curb, just go out there and see what you can do. And it seems to be working. So I think at the end of the day, I really want to inspire hope in other people. I want them to know that whatever struggle you're going through, you can definitely, with a little bit of inner strength and a little bit of help from those around you, you can get through it. I know there's a lot of very serious struggles out there, but I just want to be the difference in someone's life. I really do. I want them to maybe see a post or see something that I've said, hear something that I've said, and have it sort of tweak with them or resonate with them, and maybe it puts them on a different course. So it probably sounds very, over the top, but if I can make a difference in people's lives to make them stronger, happier, inspired to do more, then that's what I'm here for.
I love it. Carolyn, you've inspired this publisher, and so if you made a difference by just inspiring me. I love it. Shine and Bring It. These are two beautiful energies. I want to get into to the energy of this issue of Defyeneurs. You're really excited about this issue, and why is this issue, health and wellness, more important than ever? Why is it important, and why are you excited about being a part of this publication that we feel is going to make a difference?
Yeah, I think anyone out there trying to make a difference, I love to get behind, period. So the fact that you've got this going and you're putting it out there, you're trying to do your part in the world to inspire people, I love. So anytime I have the opportunity to work with people on a project like this, I'm just thrilled, very grateful, very thrilled. Health and wellness to me, I almost died when I was in my 20s, and it was my fitness level. The doctors, the surgeons, they flew in a whole load of surgeons from different areas, and they couldn't understand how I'd survived, but they said basically it was my fitness level. So for me, fitness is extremely important. It saved me, and that's one reason why health and wellness, if you're doing an addition on that, I feel I would love to be important. And I've got to say all the other contributors. I've had the Mohagan's on the cover. Love Mohagan. Wonderful woman. I'm tickled, beyond tickled, that Tosca Reno's in it, and I'm actually in something where Tosca Reno is profiled too. And everyone learning all about the other people and what they're doing. I just think it's so inspiring.
That's awesome. And, Tosca feels the same way about you. She's like, wow, Carolyn Martyn's in this issue. I love it. So, Carolyn, I want you to share your one top tip that someone listening can act on today to shine and bring their best selves. What would that one action be?
That one action would be lean into your fears. It's not necessarily a health comment, perhaps, but I think if you want to do something, you're scared of doing something, you're worried about other people's opinions, I think you need to go for it. There's so much you can accomplish by just trying something and putting the fear aside. And from that, you feel so wonderful. And from that, it has a whole sort of chain reaction on your health and your wellness. You smile more, you're out there more helping people, and it's just so good for the soul. So I would say fear hasn't been a big driver, but fear has been in the past something that has stopped me. That as soon as you welcome it and you go for something regardless of it, the doors just open up, and it's just wonderful. So I'm not sure if that quite answers your question. Yeah,
that's a great tip. That's a great tip, Carolyn. I love that you said lean into your fears. We often see, when you inspire and you see the energy of a lot of people, there's really only two emotions, love and fear. And there's no question that, you're full of love, which is resonating not just in your beautiful pages of your profile, but even in your, in your overall approach to life. I think it's great. So I think it's a great tip, lean into your fears. I want to ask you, it's sort of our final question, which is a legacy question. And these questions are always important to me. And, Carolyn, you've been through a lot, and it just, it always brings me to tears when I see someone like yourself who, was really had a wake-up call. You almost lost your life, and you're very humble. And I know that being humble is important to you. Yeah. And I want to get into, what you want to be remembered for, and, what will they say? What will your family say about Carolyn Martyn? How did she live her life?
Oh, wow, that's a great question. She lived her life to the fullest. She gave everything she had to other people to help in a positive way. Loved to laugh and really loved to make other people feel the best they could feel. That's the biggest one, I think, is I'm talking to you, I'm looking at you, I'm spending time with you. I want you to leave that conversation feeling the best that you could feel today, and inspiring you to go off and do something wonderful because you feel so good from our meeting. So I think ultimately laughter and really making other people feel fantastic.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Carolyn Martyn, London, Ontario, Canada, is bringing it on pages 12 and 13 in Defyeneurs. Just on behalf of Defyeneurs, everyday people doing extraordinary things. Carolyn, I want to thank you for sharing your amazing and beautiful gifts with the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. It's just a wonderful, wonderful magazine, and I'm thoroughly enjoying this and very grateful.